Hello, everyone, and welcome to another free Delphian webinar. My name is Sterling Hepburn, and this is week 3 of Animals of Long Ago. And I'm really happy to be back doing this with you guys. It's a great way to spend a Monday, I think, making dinosaurs out of clay and reading about dinosaurs. We have some cool things that we're going to do today. If you were here last week, we made one of these. It's kind of like a diorama, where we found a box, and then we put some, leaves and twigs and stuff in there, and some rocks, and then we made like a backdrop, if you can see, and then glued that to the inside of the box. And for those who didn't have clay, I showed you guys how to make, a little cardboard cutout. And hopefully yours look better than mine, but no pressure either way. Just a fun way to get some dinosaurs in there. And as we continue through the Animals of Long Ago book, we'll be making some more of these and then adding them to our collection. So I think that we're going to finish what we were in the middle of some of the exercises at the end of the last chapter, which I think was chapter 2. So we're just going to finish a couple of those. Some of you might already be done, but if you want, you can just go ahead and make one more thing with me if you'd like, but I'll go pretty quickly for those of you who are running ahead of me. And then if you have any questions, of course, feel free to use the Q&A button that Zoom has, and then I can answer any questions you have. Let's take a look at what people are saying right now. Amelia says hi. Hello. Gianna says, nice to meet you. Very nice to meet you too. April says, hello, this is April. Hello. And Caleb says, hi. Hi. Okay, so let's get going here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to share with you this book again, the Animals of Long Ago book that we have. And this book, by the way, I think it's free for download on the Heron Books website. So if you want your own copy on your computer, then you can just go ahead and download it for free right now. But here, let me go ahead and share my screen. And here we go. All right, so we're just going to get down to where we ended off last week. Like I said, this is our third week of doing this. We do this every Monday. So here we are. I think we're in the middle of this one. So what I wasn't able to finish last week was I finished the dinosaur display, and as you can see, and then I made the cardboard cutout, but I have not done a dinosaur out of clay, which I was going to do with you guys, and I haven't done the poster yet. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and you can follow along with me, or if you've already made one, you can polish yours up or add any details that you want. We're just going to get going here. And then after that, we get to read chapter 3, which is going to be pretty exciting. We get to learn about specific dinosaurs, which I'm pretty excited about. So here we go. I'm going to just leave this screen on here. And that way, if you want to draw a dinosaur for your poster, or if you want to get some ideas of how to draw your landscape for your poster, or when you're making your dinosaur out of clay, how you want to do it, then we can just leave this up here for some inspiration. So I'm going to add a clay dinosaur, and then the second is doing this poster. So I'm going to get started with the clay dinosaur. Let's see. I think I'll just do something simple here. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to use the Q&A section. Anya says, hello. Evelyn says, can I use my box from last time? Hello, and yes, of course. Yeah, definitely. We're going to be keeping the same box throughout the rest of the book, actually. And as we make new dinosaurs, we'll just be adding them into the box. So yeah, that's about it. Sophia says, I was not here last week. Okay, well, that's fine. If you want, you can, all you really have to do is this practice exercise where we are making a dinosaur out of clay. And then later, you can do this box thing that I showed you earlier. It's pretty simple. All you need to do is get like a shoe box or a box like this and fill it with some twigs and leaves and grass or flowers and rocks and stuff like that. Put that in the box and then make a, kind of like draw like a landscape and glue it to the inside, and then make some dinosaurs out of clay and put them in the box. And that's about it. So that's what we're doing right now. Sophia, if you want to just follow along with us there. Aubrey says hello. Hello. Mauricio says hello. Good to meet you. Gianna says my name is spelled like this. Gianna. Okay, good to know. April says I'm using an iPad. Cool. Amelia says, do you have a green screen? I do, actually. And you can meet my friend here. He's just watching what I'm doing here. Little Brontosaurus friend. Well, not very little, I guess. April says, what is a landscape? It's basically just like a drawing of some land. Mine is very simple. I just, here, let me stop my screen share so I can show you a little closer. But a landscape is like this. I just drew some dirt at the bottom and then some grass above the dirt and then some sky above that. And then I just glued that to the inside of my box. But you can do whatever you want in your drawing. You can do like, add some trees or mountains in the background or anything that you want. What I did is I just drew this on some paper, and then I cut it into a couple strips, and then I glued it in there. But that's what a landscape is. Amelia says, I wasn't here, I don't have clay or a box. Okay, well, that's fine. You can just go ahead and draw your dinosaurs for now on a piece of paper. Or if you have cardboard, that would be even better, because then I can show you how to make one of these. This is like just a little cardboard cutout of a T-Rex I made. For those who don't have clay, you can just make something like this and then put that in the box like that. Should probably fix that because he keeps falling over, but yeah. Okay. Druva says, I am new over here. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know. Okay. All right, so let's get started. So I'm gonna make a dinosaur out of clay really fast, and if you have any questions, let me know. I'm gonna do a dinosaur out of this green clay. It's the same green as my green screen, so it's gonna be like an invisible dinosaur to you guys, I guess. But it'll be cool. Yeah. I think I'll make something that's kind of like a Brontosaurus, like the guy looking over my shoulder a little bit. Make something like that. Oh, yeah, I was going to share this with you too, so you can look at some dinosaurs. If you're still making dinosaurs out of clay, then you can pick one of these. Or if you have a book, excuse me, if you have a book with dinosaurs in it, you can go ahead and just use that. If there's something that you'd like to make out of clay or draw for your poster, you can just go ahead and use that one, whatever book you have. Just realized my box is pretty small, so I'm gonna have to make these dinosaurs a little smaller than I thought, but that's okay. long neck. We do some legs here. Those are his front legs, and then we'll do his back legs. I'm not sure how easy it is to see because it's like invisible, I guess, but you can kind of see the long neck I gave him, more or less, and his front legs. Okay, and then a little tail maybe, or a big tail. Yeah, those guys have huge tails. Okay. So there's my dinosaur. I kind of went a little quick because I know a lot of you are a lot faster than I am. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put that in my box there. So there he is. Pretty cool, huh? Oh, yeah. I'll do the next one in red so it's easier to see. But let's just say his skin is camouflage, so it's hard to see him when he's in the forest. Okay, so now it's time to make the poster. And I'm gonna scroll down on this page for a second just to remind myself what we're doing with the poster here. So what it says is, for this activity, you will need a large plain piece of plain butcher paper. I don't have butcher paper, but I do have some large sheets of paper like this. You can just use whatever you can find at home, you know, to make your poster. But I happen to have this large paper, so I thought that was pretty handy. And then colored pencils, paint, or markers. So I have a couple markers here, and then I have a few colored pencils and a pencil sharpener. So I'm probably going to use the pencils for this. Okay, and then it says step 1 is to draw a landscape where dinosaurs would have lived millions of years ago. And then step 2 is cut out the dinosaur you drew in activity 1 and glue it to your poster. Be sure to leave room to add other dinosaurs later. So yeah, we had, in our last week, we drew a dinosaur. We drew a few dinosaurs actually. And then, so you can just go back and find that one if you still have it, and then cut it out and then add it to your poster with some glue. I have some glue here too, but a glue stick would work as well. So let's go ahead and get started on the poster. And again, if you've already done the poster, then just go ahead and maybe make another dinosaur and then add it to him. If you don't have anything to do right now and you're just waiting for me, you can go ahead and do something like that if you want. Let me see if there's any questions here. Evelyn says, do you have green clay this time? Yep, the camouflage clay. Okay, let's see. Aubrey says, can we make our posters now? Yep, yeah, go ahead and start making the poster. Isis says, is your pencil sharpener green? This one? No, this is just white and clear. This one here. So yeah. So you should be able to see it, right? Yeah. And then Mauricio says, I don't have clay. Okay, don't worry about that. Just go ahead and if you have cardboard, you can make something like this. You know, just draw a dinosaur on a piece of, here, let me make this a little bigger here. You can draw a dinosaur on a piece of cardboard, and then you cut you cut into it just a little bit on the bottom, and then you make a cut in another piece of cardboard, and then you can make, you know, a little stand for him or her, and then just go ahead and put that in your dinosaur display. That's what I did last week, and that's fine. And if you don't have any cardboard handy, then you can just do the poster until you can find some cardboard, and then maybe you can do that later as an activity after this webinar is over. So, okay, let's go back to here. See if there's any other questions. Mia says, can we make a made up dinosaur? Yeah, I don't see why not. But maybe if you are faster than me and you already make something for the activity, you can go ahead and if you have some extra time, then you can make up a dinosaur if you like. But what we're supposed to be doing is we're drawing dinosaurs that we are learning about because that helps us learn a little bit about them. So I would recommend you do that first, and then if you have some extra time, you can make up anything you want as a dinosaur. Okay, let's see. Evelyn says, does your pet dinosaur like carob cake with peanut butter frosting? Do you? I don't know if they had that back when dinosaurs were alive, but I'm sure they would like it. And yeah, I think I would like that too. I've never had it before though. Druva says, I don't have any clay or grass. I only have paper. Okay, that's fine. Then go ahead and follow along with this poster that we're going to be making. I'm going to start right after we finish answering any questions here. Isa says, is it a Brachiosaurus? Yeah, I think so. In the next chapter of reading, we'll learn more about the names of different dinosaurs, so maybe we'll find out. Okay. Sophia says, I don't know how to make the dinosaur out of clay. Okay, here, why don't we, I'll show you this one again. Maybe what I'll do here also is I'll take away my special background so you can see what I did. And then you can see kind of get an idea of how to make it, because mine's not super detailed or anything like that. And I'm sure you'll be able to follow along and do something like this. So here we go. Stop this and then. Okay, good. So now you can see my green screen and now you can see my dinosaur. So here you go. All I did was, I gave it a kind of a bigger body and then, a long tail and a longer neck and head, and just gave it 4 legs like this. So it gets the idea across of the dinosaur. But yeah, I didn't add a ton of details like teeth or, eyeballs or anything like that. So I'm sure you could do something like this. So go ahead, you can just go ahead and make something like that as long as you've got clay. Go ahead and do that. Okay, so now it's poster time. So drawing a landscape. So I'm gonna draw, let's see, I'm gonna draw some mountains and some trees, maybe something like that. Let's just see what we can think of here. Okay, let's see here. So I've just made a couple of mountains, and then maybe I'll draw some ground behind them, and you know, maybe a couple clouds or like some blue sky. And then I was thinking, as I make the as I draw the dinosaurs to cut out, I'll just kind of add them, but I'll glue them kind of down in this area down here. So that's more or less what I'm doing. Let's see if anybody has any questions. Sophia says it's hard to see. Oh yeah, maybe is it because it's green? Oh, I turned off the green screen, so maybe that's helping a little bit. Oh, let me. Okay, Milo says the green screen is not working. I'll turn that back on. Sophia says I have soft clay. Okay, that should be fine. Evelyn says forest landscape. Cool. Is that, if that's what you're making, then that's awesome. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention that if you draw, like anything that you draw today, I would love to see it. And if you want to send it in to me, just take a picture of it and then email that to events@delphian.org, and then I'll get to see it, and I appreciate it. I really love everything you guys have sent in so far. It really, really makes me happy. So yeah, if you want to go ahead and do that, that'd be great. Evelyn says, make the dino invisible. Okay, I will. Katye says, grass fielded landscape. Awesome. Okay, cool. I'm going to go ahead and turn the green screen back on because that's just the way it should be. Here we go. I'm going to maybe scoot this way. Yeah, so you can see him there. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and finish this landscape here. Mine might be a little bit hard to see because I'm using colored pencils, which are not really too dark. And for some reason, the camera has a bit of a hard time picking things up that aren't too dark, you know. And it needs to be a little bit darker for the camera to see it. Make sure that I'm not in the way of the dinosaur. All right, so we have a couple mountains. There, that's a bit better, I think. Oh, look, the mountains are turning invisible. But we have a couple mountains, and then we have just some dirt area there, and I think that's where I'll be kind of gluing my dinosaurs. I might just draw a little bit of blue for the sky, and then I think I'll be done. I can always add to it a little bit later. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and do a little bit of a blue sky, and then we'll keep going. Okay, so yeah, pretty quick and simple, but I'm thinking I'm gonna end off on my landscape here. And so I don't have my dinosaur that I drew last week, so I'm just gonna draw one really quickly. If you're just joining in newly this week, then you can follow along with me. I'm just going to pick a dinosaur from the book and then draw it, and then we're going to cut that out of the paper, glue it onto the landscape, and then we get to read the next part. So I'm going to just go ahead and get started on that. So a fresh piece of paper here, and let's see. I need to share my screen again so we can see some dinosaurs. So here we go. Oops, scrolled up too far. Oh, also, if you're just joining us for the first time this week, this book is free to download on Heron Books. If you just go to heronbooks.com, you can find Animals of Long Ago and download it for free. So if you want to catch up or read anything at home, then you can go ahead and do that anytime. Okay, so I think I'm gonna draw this Brontosaurus or Brachiosaurus. I can't really tell which one it is, but maybe we'll find out later in the next chapter. But I'm going to draw something like that to glue into my landscape. And keep in mind that we're going to be adding to this poster as we read the book. So just keep that in mind in terms of the sizes of your dinosaurs and your cutouts. If you want them all to fit, then make sure that they can, make sure that it's not like one big dinosaur taking up the whole page maybe or something like that. Okay, so let's see here. The legs are kind of like, let's see. Okay, so here's my either a Brontosaurus or Brachiosaurus. I'm not sure yet. So I'm just going to cut this, or let's see. I'll stop the screen share real quick. Here we go. Excuse me. Not sure, it seems really hard to see, but I have the outline there. I think I might color it in later, but I'm really excited to read this next chapter. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut this out now and then glue it to my landscape, and then we'll get on with the with reading the next part of the book. It's taking me about as long to cut it out as it did to draw it. I'm sure you're all way faster than I am. I'm sorry I'm taking so long. I'm almost done. Okay. All right. Maybe we'll do one last thing. Here we go. Okay, so now I'm just going to glue this to my landscape, and then I'll show you guys what I did so you can follow along. That is, of course, if you're not already way ahead of me, which I'm sure a lot of you are. So here we go. Just going to go ahead and put some glue on my dinosaur. Okay. Dinosaur on the poster. And there we go. This is our first one. And then we're going to add more as time goes on. But we're done with all the exercises for the second chapter now. So let me just quickly check if there's any questions. We don't have too much time left. Let's see. Do you have to cut out your dino? I mean, you don't have to, but it does say to cut it out and put it on the poster because we'll be adding a bunch of them to the poster. So I would recommend you do it if you want to follow along. I think it would be cool. Okay, so we're done with those steps. So let's go ahead and go back to the book here. And yep, we did activities 1, 2, and 3. So here we go. Let's get into learning more about dinosaurs. This is going to be pretty exciting. So chapter 3, plant-eating dinosaurs. Here, let's, maybe we can make it a little bigger. There we go. Okay, most dinosaurs ate plants. Some plant eaters grazed in big herds like cows do today. A huge plant-eating dinosaur was Brontosaurus. Brontosaurus. Brontosaurus means thunder lizard. The man who named the Brontosaurus thought it was so big that it must have made a noise like thunder. A Brontosaurus was about 70 feet long and weighed 15 tons, or 30,000 pounds. This is about the length of 3 elephants standing end to end and just about as heavy. Some people think Brontosaurus protected itself from attackers by using the end of its long tail as a whip. This may have made a loud sound like a cannon being shot off. People used to think Brontosauruses lived in the water most of the time because they were too heavy to walk much. Now we know they had very strong legs and teeth made for eating tough leaves and branches that they could reach with their long necks. Another enormous plant-eating dinosaur was Brachiosaurus. Brachiosaurus. Brachiosaurus means arm lizard. This dinosaur had very thick front legs that were longer than its back ones. It's hard to imagine, but Brachiosaurus was even bigger than Brontosaurus. A tall man could walk under a Brachiosaurus and his head wouldn't even touch its stomach. Brachiosaurus was almost 100 feet long and is believed to have weighed 60 tons or 120,000 pounds, as much as 12 good-sized elephants. With their necks straight up, Brachiosauruses were 40 feet tall and could have easily peeked over the top of a 3-story building. With their long necks, Brachiosauruses probably reached up and ate the tops of trees like giraffes do today. They could, however, reach much higher than a giraffe. Another strange-looking plant eater was Stegosaurus. Stegosaurus. Big, stiff, armor-like plates grew along its back, and long spikes grew out at the end of its tail. Stegosaurus could fight off enemies by swinging its spiked tail right at them. Wow, look at that. Like an elephant, Stegosaurus was about 20 feet long. Its head, however, was tiny, with a brain only about the size of a walnut. Triceratops was a large horned dinosaur. Triceratops means 3-horn face. Triceratops used its horns to protect and defend itself against larger meat-eating dinosaurs who would have liked to make it into a meal. Wow. It was about the size and weight of a large elephant. Maiasaura means good mother lizard because it is the only dinosaur known to have cared for its young in nests. Wow. Maiasauras were over 30 feet long and lived on twigs and leaves. They are called duck-billed dinosaurs. Can you see why? Oh yeah, the mouth area looks like kind of like a duck bill. Cool. Okay. Well, that's the end of chapter 3. So I guess we can just read ahead a little bit and see what sort of activities we'll do next week. Unfortunately, we only have 3 minutes left of this webinar, so we probably don't have enough time to get into doing these activities together today. but we'll take a look at what we need to do, and then we'll be ready to do it next Monday. Okay, so step 1, in a book with in a book with pictures of dinosaurs, find each of the dinosaurs in this chapter. 2, Dinosaur Display. Use clay to make models of each dinosaur in this chapter. 2, add these to your display. 3, Dinosaur Poster. Draw and color pictures of each dinosaur in this chapter. 2, cut out the dinosaurs and glue them to your poster. Okay, so it looks like we got a lot of work to do next week. So if you can get a hold of some clay or some cardboard, that would be great, and then we can get all those dinosaurs that we learned about put into clay, or draw them with cardboard and then cut them out and make the cardboard cutout that I showed you how to do earlier. And then we're going to make one of each of these in both clay or cardboard, as well as draw it and then cut it out and put it onto our landscape poster. By the end of this chapter, it's going to be awesome. I mean, we're going to have so many dinosaurs on there. It'll be really, really cool. Okay, so I think that's about it for today. Let me just quickly check the questions if there's anything before we end off. Evelyn says, is this only on dinosaurs? You know, I don't actually know. There might be other animals besides dinosaurs, but we'll get to that as we go. I haven't read this whole book before, so it's possible. If you want to check ahead, you can download this book for free on heronbooks.com. Mina says, I know this dinosaur. Awesome. And Evelyn says, Maiasaurus equals iguanodon. You know, I don't actually know. I would have to look that up, but sounds like it could possibly be true. Okay, looks like that's all the questions. So it's been my pleasure to have you tune in today and learn about dinosaurs with me and animals of long ago. I hope you had some fun doing this poster and adding to your display here. And I'll see you all next week. Thanks for coming. And oh, before I forget, here, I'll write this down so it's easier to see. But if you could, I would love to see the posters you've made and the dinosaurs and your displays and everything that you've made, your clay dinosaurs. If you want, go ahead and take a picture of it and send it to this email address. And it would really just make my day to see. So it's, hopefully that's not too small. Oh yeah, let me stop the screen share. And then, so it's events@delphian.org. Yeah, there you go. Events@delphian, oh sorry, yeah, .org, not .com. So events@delphian.org. If you could send them into that email address, that would be wonderful. And I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you next week. Okay, bye.